Now, the issue is that he smokes and I don't. When we started talking, he said he was going to quit smoking weed and had gone on a break to cut it out because it was an everyday thing, which hints to me at addiction. I am the number one anti-smoking campaigner in this world.
Ooh.
And so life is being really funny right now that I'm dating a smoker.
Hi, I'm Uche Natori and I am on I Said What I Said. On today's episode, we talked a little bit about social media, well, a lot about social media, dating, third spaces, and of course, we did some dilemmas. Enjoy.
Hello, boys and girls.
Hello all.
Greetings from my hometown.
As you can see, we're not in our home studio.
Yeah, we're borrowing the receipt's house.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. Love you, girls. And we have a guest.
We
Woo!
do.
Hi, guys.
Do you want to introduce yourself, babes?
Hi, I'm Uche Natori and I'm a member of Big Boom.
She actually is.
A member of the Bounce.
She actually really is.
Well, unless you guys are living under a rock, that introduction was deeply unnecessary.
Honestly,
But
that was
you know
a
what?
trash
Fair.
introduction.
I love that. Fair
I mean,
enough.
for the folks that don't know me, that's who I am. Like, do you know what? Bounce has become such a regular, like my friends and I say it all the time. When we're going out, we're like, oh,
See?
what's the bounce?
You see?
That's you guys, for real,
You
yeah.
see?
Love that.
But Uche is one of the best and
Oh,
the
we're doing
biggest.
a serious intro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beauty influencers.
She's a big babe. The way she's this
Period.
is a big babe.
How long have you been creating beauty content, Uche?
Oh, a long time. Like 13 years.
Yeah, it's been
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
I've been drinking for a long time. I'm tired.
No, don't be tired. Don't be
No, you
tired.
can't be tired.
No,
You're
we're
just starting.
It's
just
so
getting
funny because I
started,
look at
yeah.
my Pinterest and I'm like, oh, there's Uche, lovely.
Wait, do you know what? I'm not on Pinterest.
No, but
You're all
I
over
am
it.
on, but yeah, I am and I'm not. But yeah, I
Yeah.
need to go on there. Maybe
if I
that's what
actually
need.
open like 5 of my Pinterest boards, if you go on my phone, I kid you not, you're there.
I need to start making money from Pinterest.
You
no,
should.
you do. You're all over the thing.
Wow.
That's your bag.
Oh, thanks,
That's
guys.
definitely.
But
your
what have you
bag.
been up to recently?
I've been traveling a lot.
A lot.
A lot of travel. So much so that I took August off traveling.
Really?
Yeah. Even like my family have gone on a family vacation and I'm like, no.
You're staying
Yeah,
at
that's the
home.
only way because
Yeah.
we've been trying to make this happen for like
Even
for
today.
like 2 years.
Even today, guys. Oh yeah, but we finally made it. We're
Yeah.
here. But yeah, I just wanted August off because then again, I'm back on the road in September.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to decompress, spend time with my friends, spend time at home, enjoy my rent.
Yeah. I love that.
I
How do
don't
you
be
find
home.
like trips? Because you're going to really nice places, but technically you're working, but technically you're also supposed to be
It's
like
work.
creating content of
Yeah.
a good time.
I think that's the misconception. And it's so interesting because from the outside, of
Yeah.
course, you're like, oh my God, I want to go on this trip. It's
Yeah.
going to be so much fun. But I think what people don't, whenever I go on a trip, I basically see it as like, this is a quote unquote, not an audition, but do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like what I do on this trip makes a big impact into whether I get paid partnership or whether
Yeah.
the brand wants to work with
Yeah,
me again or
yeah,
if they want to take me away. And it really, for me, it really contributes to my relationship with the brand. So I take it very seriously to the point that people are, oh my God, you post so much. If I take the pictures now, in the next hour, the pictures are going to be up.
Oh
That's
wow.
what
You
I
don't
love.
like
No,
wait.
because I film at volume and I take content at volume.
Yeah.
So I can't really afford to sit on content because I'll have too much backlog.
Yeah.
And by the end of the trip, all the content should be out, if not 2 days after. And also it helps the brand because then like, there's no point in me posting it 2 weeks after
Because
it's done.
this is when the trip is happening.
And then
yeah,
they need
yeah,
to do
yeah,
their
yeah.
own like internal analytics. But I really take that really, really important. I want brands to feel like I wasn't a wasted place on the
Yeah.
trip. And that I actually, sometimes I feel bad because I think I will say though, if I go on a brand with go on a trip with a brand that gives me paid work, I will give them more content
Yeah,
than
than
a
just,
brand that,
that's just taking you on the
I
trip.
want to have
Yeah.
good balance of like, okay, you're being extra rewarded because you're putting money in my pocket, but also I'm still going to give you content because this is a great opportunity, even if you're not putting money in my pocket. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's incredible, but it is work.
Are you enjoying it though?
Yes, but I think sometimes when there's like for the past 2.5 months, I had a trip every week.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it can be really, really tiring. My last trip, I was like, yeah, I turned down some good trips this month, but I'm very glad.
But you're
to have
okay with
rest.
it.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be rested and to give someone else the opportunity because I don't want to be on a trip feeling like, oh, I'm so tired. Like, oh, I'm
Yeah,
tired.
because then it
of
shows
them.
in like your
you're not really
vibe.
giving them.
And you don't
content.
realize like you also have a bit of an attitude too. So when like fun things are happening and because they put so much effort into the trips as well, and you're kind of there like, oh, do we have to?
Bruh. What was it that we did? Oh, I went on a trip and the dinner was optional, and I said, thank God. And everyone was like, you're not coming to dinner? I was like, oh no, it's optional.
Like, please, I'm tired.
So tired. I was so tired because I'd just come back from a trip like 2 days before. But I'm very grateful. I'm very, very grateful and thankful to all the brands that even want to take me away.
Yeah.
But I love when you go on a trip and it feels like a girl's trip. Like a well-curated trip is just great. You get so much content out of it for the brand, but also you're really enjoying like having a really good time. Yeah, and you get to like know people. Like I went on a trip recently with Vaseline and it was a good balance of like girlies that I was familiar with, like Jade Pierce, Mimi, then like some girls that I'd never met before, which was really nice. And even I went somewhere with Elizabeth Arden early in the year. And it was so different because I was one of the youngest.
Really?
And I'm usually like the oldest by a landslide. But all the women were like older, all married, some had kids, some were like in their 60s.
That is so cool.
It was
That's so interesting,
nice.
like actually hanging out with people and you're all here for the same reason. So like,
and the conversation was different because like for once they were older and they had so much more life experience and it was just nice. It was really, really nice and different.
I always find it nice when, because the world acts like people over a certain age don't exist anymore. But then also, particularly with beauty and skincare. I mean, skincare is better, obviously, but with beauty in particular, there's this idea that beauty is like a young women's game or a younger women's game. So it's nice to imagine being in a space where like older women are like, it's reiterated that they are beautiful and their life experiences matter. I think with beauty in particular, it's so weird. I was talking to Solani last night about how much money is being made from women's insecurities. I saw a video of a woman who did shoulder filler. Have you guys heard of this before?
I've never, but don't. I feel like one of my friends would go for that.
So like she felt like she had
dips?
So she had dips, which
As
she
in
liked.
here?
She had like the clavicle, like the clavicle thing. But then I think she felt like her one shoulder wasn't as straight as. I'm telling you, people like look for new things to be really bothered about every day. And then I was watching on TikTok, another lady was talking about how she's really sad about how much filler she's had because she didn't give herself time to age.
Yeah.
And now that her body has changed, she can only, because it's her body and her face, she has to imagine what it would have looked like, but she can't take all the filler out because her skin has stretched. Because she's done so much. So she can't, so if she takes everything out,
it'll be worse than what it would have been ordinarily.
She's reduced some of it, but she can't take it out because of like the way her face has changed and stuff like that. And I just thought, like sometimes I wish because for somebody, I love beauty. I like looking at beautiful. I like the idea of being able to enhance yourself or change the way you look or whatever.
Agreed.
But the more and more I worry about how much we're being told you would be beautiful if only.
Yeah. And that you have to kind of do this and that to get to. So I was watching, there's nothing I love more than like plastic surgery content. That's fantastic. It's fantastic. Honestly, especially those accounts that like break down.
Yeah.
Brilliant stuff. Honestly, it's the height of amiable because this doesn't concern any of us in the slightest. But then there's this guy who I saw it because he did a facelift for his mom. And he's a surgeon.
Cool.
He did a facelift for his mom who's like 60 something and that video went viral. So I was just on his page. And so you're seeing older women and then it got to a point and there was a babe, she was 20 something and she did a facelift and everyone in the comments was just like, what is happening? Like the before and after, everyone was like, so
when you're 20,
what have you achieved now?
Wait,
like,
but what was there to lift?
There was not much. And there was another girl who was 30 something on the same page. And I was just like, maybe she put on a little bit of weight, but it wasn't anything. The lift, I was like, this is crazy. You've gone to a really good surgeon. So I know you've paid
a lot
of money to get, a very little because what is sagging in your face?
Crazy.
What is the serious? And it was crazy because half of the comments were, oh my God, you didn't even need this. Like, you look fine. And the other half of the comment were like, I'm younger than her and I think I'm going to get it as well. And I then realized that, oh my God, we're in the clouds.
Yeah.
We're in the clouds.
And then it's like, I don't know, I think about it a lot. And maybe part of it has to do with the fact that like...
Hello, boys and girls. I am back again to tell you about Missan. Nigerians in Nigeria can now sign up on the Missan app and get virtual USD cards. You can use these USD cards for all your international payments. Spotify, Amazon, if you want to buy me something on ASOS, anything you like. Remember, Missan used to be called Coins by Bamboo, but now we are Missan. Before, you could only use the app if you were in Canada, but now it works for transactions to an additional 15 countries. You can fund your card in Naira or in dollars, anyone you have. There are low transfer fees, amazing exchange rates, and no hidden charges. So run, do not walk to the Missan app. Bye.
So there's something that Chimamanda used to say earlier on about how she was always confused when she joined like academia and stuff because her mom was very big on like looking beautiful. So this idea that if you're like a nerdy babe or you're like an academic type of babe, you have to look like makeup is for unserious women was very confusing to her because, and I understand because Nigerian women take beauty very seriously.
It doesn't matter. Go to the average Nigerian office. You are looking at babes decked.
It doesn't matter if you are like...
They're showing up at 8 a.m. full fit. As in everything.
If you're in finance, if you're in healthcare, if you're in politics, they take beauty very, very seriously. So I think also being like growing up in Nigeria and having that idea, you see very many different types of beauty. So now when I see lots of the push for like... I actually like plastic surgery.
Yeah.
But the push for... surgery as a need.
Yeah.
Like, it's very confusing to me because I'm like, not enough people are telling women they are beautiful, period. There's always like, you're beautiful when, you're beautiful, but you'll be more beautiful if. And I don't know that. I worry about it like a lot. More and more, I'm seeing babes being told stuff like, and you see when it happens, when people are being told, oh my God, so stunning, but once we, and I'm like, that's not nice. Like you're selling something. You're still selling something, but the idea that you're telling like a young woman or an older woman who looks good and believes she looks good, wow, stunning, but once we, that I can't imagine how their hearts sink.
And then you hear random things like you see a babe who is honestly perfectly beautiful. And then someone will be talking about her smile lines. And I'm like, which line?
Bruh.
I'm like, what is going? Why would you zoom in?
We learn new things every day.
Every day. I'm like, which smile line? Like, what are we
I saw one about
saying?
hands yesterday.
What about
day before
hands?
Yesterday. So there's a woman who was like, she's getting like, because her hands are wrinkly and she's had a facelift and some stuff done to her neck. So she feels like her hands look too old. And she's doing something to her hand. And I just thought, wow, like this is so...
You know, the challenge I have is that I'm so delusional.
Oh, yeah.
That I just feel like... Okay, but the thing is, I'm the only girl in the world. Do you know what I mean? I'm obviously so beautiful. So the surgery, I'm just doing everybody a favor.
Yeah.
But
I think, there's nothing you can tell me.
But we're also lucky that like the small popularity we have came off like we were in our late 20s.
Yeah, it was late. It was late. I feel like if it came earlier.
We're not Hollywood. Yes, it does make a difference.
But
it makes
I
a
would
huge
say,
difference.
I always say, I never thought I had a big forehead until I think I got braids. This was years and years and years and years ago. I got braids. And there was like a few DMs of people being like, oh my God, like you've given me the confidence.
You're so brave. Oh my God,
have my
what's
braids.
making me laugh? Like
Your forehead is so huge.
We have an episode that just came out.
It's with Simi Moonlight.
Oh, I need to go listen to it.
And we were literally talking about how people will say to two of us that it's so brave that you just come on the podcast, no makeup.
And we're like, why do
you guys are so confident? And I'm like,
so now you're thinking, also, I'm not that attractive.
You know,
that's why
I had to look at it one day that this thing you guys are saying is an insult. Because what you're saying is, despite the fact that you look like this, here you are. Putting yourself.
So just here.
I mean, and one girl was like, you just put yourself out there no matter how you look. And I thought.
And I've never gone on the podcast thinking I look bad today.
Like, I was like, what is happening in this thing you're saying? Why would you send me this message? Like, we weren't in conversation.
No,
you reached out to let me know that I've given you the confidence because I can go out looking anyhow.
But
It's
if you
crazy.
can't go out, I would get green pills and my skin would be shedded. And people are like, oh my God, like, what do you do when your skin, I live my life and I go outside and
You
my
have to keep
skin
it
is falling off. And people are like,
moving.
I'm like, yeah, I know. Whoever died from,
It's not the worst thing in the world
I'm so
to not
confused.
look per facial balancing.
all the facial this, all that. I'm like, just...
Honestly, I remember I was going out. It's like, so maybe it was like 1:30 or 2. And you know, the way Lagos is, someone called, you guys should come out. And so my friend was like, oh, she didn't bring her makeup, blah, blah. And I was like, the thing is, I'm changing my top. As we are now.
That's how we're going.
We will be in
I
that
love going
club.
to the club
I guess
with no
I'm going to have
makeup.
more fun than anybody else there.
Because you can't sweat.
I was like, who gives it down?
You don't
I said,
give a
first of
heck.
all, I'm not there for any reason you can imagine. I'm going to drink drinks and have a good time.
And dance.
And she was honestly just like, oh, you know, so she ended up borrowing one of my sunglasses, but she was very, you could tell this is someone who goes out and has a good time. You could tell how bothered she was because she wasn't dressed up. Like she was. And I was just like, I promise you I can be here in my boo-boo.
Okay, you guys, we need to do dilemmas, but after that, I have something I want to talk about. So I need you to remember. You know, I always forget.
Yeah.
So you just need to remember. One of the
I
12
have
you need to
horrible
remember.
memory.
It's called what? Just say
write down.
Jalawa ruins the motive. It's something that
Ruins
came
the
to me
motive.
yesterday.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. But we have some dilemmas.
All right, let us
Oh my
So
do
FK is
God,
going
this
to
is
it.
my
She's so happy. Look at
I'm
her
so,
face.
I'm so happy. Look at my new phone. Oh my God.
The fact that it flips.
Mine opens.
Oh my God. It
Like a
flips.
book.
And do you know what?
Oh.
I'm not going to do it this time, but I'll do it next time. I can actually show you the dilemmas on this side of the phone. But that's for another day. Don't worry. Don't worry yourself. I've been watching videos. I feel like I'm always wasting technology. So I actually sat down and watched like a 30-minute video of like things you can do. Most of
with your
them
phone.
are silly, but there's a thing where if I'm taking a picture of you, you can like see what I'm seeing from the back. Very interesting.
Oh, that's cool.
Good.
Very cool.
That's good for
Let
Because
me
content.
me,
not lie.
I'm terrible at
Yeah,
taking
because you're
pictures.
always
Yeah.
like, I don't know what I look like.
Yeah,
And then
that's a good one.
it was very,
that's very cool.
very
That's
cool.
good, yeah.
Anyway, so let me pick the one. Okay, this is the one.
Wait,
that
sorry, before we do dilemmas, I just have to say I'm very easily amused. So if the dilemma sounds funny at first, but then it turns out to be serious, please do not be offended. If you're like, why are you laughing? This is not funny. Please, just
I have
disclaimer.
us all the time.
Disclaimer, please.
People are just like, the thing is, you guys are laughing, and I just think
We have to laugh
the problem
fast.
is that honestly, I think once you start writing into this podcast, you must be prepared for the laughing.
So sorry.
I just,
Sorry
you
for
know,
the
and also
laughter.
we get some really serious things which we never read because I think those are actually the things
Those
that
ones, they need
they're
help.
not for
Yeah.
public fodder.
Yeah.
Like
For
you
us,
actually
yeah.
need assistance. Okay, so Lover Girl says, my darling FK Angela and guest, that's you. You two are my favorite thing about Wednesdays. Thank you for being the gift that keeps on giving.
Aw.
Welcome, love. Now onto my dilemma. Girls, I think I found my person. He's so caring, sweet, supportive, and attentive. He literally goes through my professional exam questions and explains it to me because I've been really stressed about that. And he always comes through for me when I need help. We write poems to each other, watch
Aw.
shows on teleparty, read books together. He even started playing my favorite sport because of me, and I watch his matches every week too. We meet up after work every week, have dinner, and go on hikes and talk about everything and anything. We're both Yanas, and it feels amazing to be loved out loud. Now, the issue is that he smokes and I don't. When we started talking, he said he was going to quit smoking weed and had gone on a break to cut it out because it was an everyday thing, which hints to me at addiction. I am the #1 anti-smoking campaigner in this world. And so life is being really funny right now that I'm dating a smoker. He said he used to smoke every day, which sounds like a lot of cash lost to me, but it has now reduced to like 3 times in 2 weeks, which is progress, but he no longer wants to give it up. He highlighted the fact that I also drink socially and he doesn't drink. So why is smoking weed a problem and drinking alcohol is not? He set a boundary to not discuss smoking with me anymore. He's still great, but smoking being a no-go area for me has now made me rethink my non-negotiables. I feel like I'm betraying myself and compromising to keep him in my life. What do I do? Oh, wait, so I'm 24 and I've never had a boyfriend before because I only believe in dating someone I can see myself getting married to.
Okay.
And now I don't like the idea of a husband that smokes or my children seeing their dad smoke. Help me, please. I think his friends listen to this podcast, so I pray they don't send it to him.
Oh, they're definitely sending it to him.
Definitely
I'm so
send.
sorry,
In fact,
they're definitely
immediately
sending
they've
it.
already sent
Immediately.
it to him.
First of all, you're young.
You are
Yeah.
young.
You're
sis.
24, babes.
Very young.
But I found this
You're
one
young.
very interesting because it's that thing of like, are you really who you say you are? Do you get? Because what is making me laugh before we actually get into it is that you, the number one anti-smoking campaigner in the world, are already inside the relationship with a man who was smoking every day when you met him. So like, I want us to be so.
I want to be like empathetic. I think something about adulthood is when the first time you realize why people say don't ever say it can never be me. Yeah. It's so wild to you. Because there's something about being very strong and this is who I am. And this is what I do.
I will never.
And the way
life will make you
so ever.
Oh yeah, you definitely will. Yeah.
It will be you.
Yeah. It will be you.
The thing about it never being you is surely. Up next, guess who it is? You.
Yeah. But so let me tell you what I'm going to say. You're not who you think you are. That's the first thing.
You're actually not. And you need to sit with that.
Yes. Think of all the... let me tell you what's bothering her. All the people she has judged.
She has judged everybody.
And now she understands.
Not only has she judged them, she has judged the people that they're dating. She has judged them as someone who would never date someone who smokes weed every day. And what's so funny to me is she didn't now start dating like a casual weed. This man was smoking weed on a day-to-day basis. And she was there.
Do you know what's cracking me up? Is because I'm trying to imagine if she's Nigerian. You know how Nigerian parents like, and I do say Igbo. He is smoking Igbo.
I would love to be friends with this kind of babe. Yeah. Because the minute I meet her boyfriend and I'm like,
you smoke?
Oh, okay. But you? Get it? I'd have the time of my life. The time of my bloody life.
I think the problem is that first you need to accept that you really know who you think you are. Two, like all these things, there is actually like one or two options.
Yeah.
And once you're not taking the second option, you've taken
no
the
option. So this thing of what should you do?
You've done something already.
You are with him and you enjoy being with him and you kind of want to continue being with him. The problem you're having is like a mental one of like, how do I present this situation?
Yeah.
Because, you know, this thing you feel like you're betraying yourself. Trust me, it's not that serious for you. Because...
Really? Do you think?
I don't think it's that I think she feels like she should feel this way. But if you hate people who smoke, someone who smokes every day is a person that like immediately at the beginning of the thing, you can't get to this point where you're writing poetry because you will not have answered the man.
I forgot about the poetry.
No, the poetry.
Do you know
is
what's also funny is because she prefaced it with all those things. the way that she's trying to say he's not a pothead. I love him, guys. She's like, I love him. God. She's like, he's so kind and he writes poems and we go hiking.
She was like, no, we meet up. Smoker. He plays my sport. She made sure she lets us know that honestly, he's a great guy.
Too funny.
The problem is that
I don't think she has an issue with smoking.
I don't think
you have an issue with smoking, babe.
You know, and then like oh gosh, I miss being this like excited about a guy 24 talking about the father of my children smoking. Sir.
I don't even want to say anything.
You know, like when you've thought so far ahead, she's so because you can imagine.
Because where you are is your husband. I don't want to say anything about whether that's going to happen or not. I enjoy the love you have, but I think you need to sit with the fact that this thing is not that serious for you. The smoking issue.
Because so what it is that you thought people who smoke are a very particular way. Yeah. And so you would be able to reject them immediately because they're just a certain way. Like, you know, he's going to come in plain Bob Marley in a haze of pain. No job.
You absolutely made it. You made a judgment. You can't back it up.
Yeah.
You cannot back it up. And let me tell you, it does happen and it's awkward. It's awkward. Sure. It's awkward once it starts being you, the thing you said it could never be. It's highly awkward.
Yeah. But I do think if this was to end, it will be because of the smoking.
Do you think she will end it though? Or do you think she should?
Do you know why? I don't think she should. I don't think she should, which people are going to be shocked by. Do you know why I don't think she should? It's because they are very, very honeymoon.
Yeah.
So
but I think once
the reality of life needs to sink in a little bit.
And then she can
see a bit more clearly. Right now, you know, I too have been written letters and poems. Don't you worry, honey.
Don't worry.
It's gonna end.
This vim,
it will end.
This
because
vim,
of the
it happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
It
This
will.
vim, it happens. I think the issue I'm having is that he has drawn a line of we can't talk about it.
And that's why it's going to end.
And to me, that is actually the red flag is not actually
it's
the
not
smoking.
the smoking, no.
It's the I'm no longer discussing.
No, I actually disagree.
Really?
Fake me, there's some things that if because what he's saying to her is, if it's that serious to you, like how many times are we going to have this conversation? No, I don't like when you smoke so much. Your lips are black. Oh, smoking kills. Oh, let's watch this documentary on smoking. Like we've said this so many times, and I'm like, actually, I'm not with it. So
like this is what I'm going
to do.
Yeah.
So it's now up to you. We've said this thing before. This is the time to learn, and this is the time to teach him if you're about it. Don't ever tell a man you're going to do something you don't do.
So this is actually the
ever.
only thing I want you to take from this is that you see this thing that you're doing.
You're drawing a line in the sand, but
you're drawing a line in the sand. Because what you are going to learn now is you will never go around telling someone, actually, if this happens, this is what I would do, because he won't believe you anymore.
Ever.
Yeah.
Because
But did she say that to him?
I don't know, but.
If I say she has
been telling him she doesn't like
smoking is a deal breaker, but I'm a smoker.
But I'm dating you. Your deal breakers are actually quite
like
flexible.
She should probably lock it off. I'm gonna be so real. Sorry, I have the opposing opinion, because I think if she doesn't end it now, it obviously irks you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you wouldn't be on his nut about it. Like as soon as he said it, you'd have been like, oh, okay. Do you know what? Maybe this isn't as bad as I thought. But the fact that you've written in. She wants you guys to say it's fine, keep dating him.
She's 20. She's 24.
Yeah.
So this is either going to be the relationship that teaches you who you are, or you're going to continue like this.
Yeah.
The main thing again, because again, like I said, I'm 33. Men are very strict. If a man doesn't like something you do,
he's not going to take it.
He's just going to be like, look at this waste man.
This thing you're doing, this line he has drawn it for himself.
Yes.
And that's why
he has actually drawn it for himself.
Yes.
And so he is fine. He's like, listen, whatever you do, that's okay.
Yeah.
You go ahead. So what you need to decide, this is not a communal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Because she wants him to stop smoking for her. And I don't think that's fair.
I don't think it's
but
even
it's
gonna
fair
happen.
now because they're romantic.
It's fair now. That's it.
He
now,
writes
letters.
But
she's the most special girl in the world.
Stop smoking for me.
No, babe.
No problem.
Chop it.
No problem. And it's funny because he also told you he was going to quit.
One day.
Did he say that?
He did.
One day you're going to piss
at the beginning, he told her that he was going to quit, which
one day she's going to piss him off and he's going to in her face. You keep going, you're talking shit.
But also, remember, people that are addicted to weed don't think they're addicted to weed.
I know. That's the thing. And so, again, it's just, it's funny because I'm like, if it was like that, I can't do it. I can't do it, and therefore I could not have been in this situation.
Yeah.
A guy who smokes weed every day is a person I cannot be with. I hate the smell.
And also, she needs to not be trying to change him, because that's going to get really annoying.
The way you're going to get with
that's going to get really annoying.
This is like finding out that this is somebody that's vaping.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, do you hate vaping?
Tough.
Yeah, I could never date vaping. I wouldn't date a vaping now, but
vaping.
Smoking, I could never date a smoker.
I just think it's because now, and then people who like vape seriously, they always have it. They don't have those cute little. They have
the bricks.
Bulky.
Yeah,
and I'm like, do you know how crazy it is that at your big age, you're carrying around
a chimney,
this heavy thing. You're looking for how to charge it. You're changing the liquid. It's so somehow. It's like a pet, and I think that's crazy.
That is so funny.
I just think it's somehow that you have a mango flavor.
Yeah, vaping is a bit crazy.
You just need to chill.
It is
off.
a bit crazy.
This episode of I Said What I Said is brought to you by Madala, a healthy hibiscus cordial.
You can find out more at drinkmadala.com. Bye.
But to make you feel better, I mean, we've all
said it can't be me, and it was definitely us.
We've all never.
The theme is that it always ends.
It always ends in tears. That's the problem.
Yes.
Every time I felt
Save
like
yourself.
I'm like fundamentally betraying myself,
Yeah.
I was.
That was the reason why I said
It's such a terrible feeling.
It's a terrible feeling, and the truth is that you are fundamentally betraying yourself. You just have to decide if you're fine with that.
But also, if you balance it, the two alternatives, which I always say to my friends, are, okay, fine, you betray yourself and you stay there, and you're kind of prolonging the inevitable because you're still very young.
Yeah.
So the chances are this person does something that used to really irk you. The chances are it's not going to work.
Yeah.
If you're saying stuff like, oh, the father of my kids wouldn't smoke, I think that's quite a big thing to say. The alternative is to end it, cry for a little bit, and then you meet someone else.
And then you take all the good things from that relationship and know that this is a fantastic standard.
Like this is a great, and you can have
that
this thing. Yeah. There's actually not one person in the world.
I agree.
And you can, I keep saying to people that, you can actually have what you want.
I 100% agree.
I personally, my philosophy on like this thing is, you can have what you want.
Yeah.
you just have to actually like be about the thing you want.
Thank you so
Because
much.
you can't just be
No,
swishing
thank
up
you.
and down.
Because left, right, up, down.
Every time, this is what you said you want. And yet,
and you're doing the
are.
opposite.
There you are with who
going
you
on?
don't want. So what's the
Sorry, I feel like I'm mad. When I say that, I'm like, but will a bit of patience kill you?
I'm telling you.
Be a
I'm like, just
little
relax,
bit patient.
just cool off. And then guess what? You will choose the thing you want.
Yes.
Except unless you don't want it like that, which is also okay. I love all of us being honest about things.
You know the problem, we've said it before, we all think we're Kardashians in that like everybody's watching our lives.
Yeah.
So people are
joking.
So people like act like there's like this whole room of people that are waiting to see your next move to be like,
Like, look
is
how
it
she
so?
did.
I feel like that's very Nigerian coded though.
Yeah.
That's how like
Very
we act
Nigerian
like
coded.
yeah. So
that
you're kind of living life, imagining how people are receiving what you're doing. But life is happening to
like
everybody.
everyone is actually
So
doing the same thing.
Just
So
be-
anyway,
yeah.
in conclusion,
Oh yeah.
I'm actually not going to tell you what you should do. Or what
you
you shouldn't do.
100% should.
I
not
think
tell
you
me
need
what
to
do.
decide if you're about it or not. And it's
Yeah.
a very important decision for you because then you stop talking too much.
Yeah.
If you're not about it, this is time for you to stop talking too much.
Mhm.
And it's a
Just-
good thing to learn when you're young
Yeah.
because that will stop you being 30 still
Yeah.
And
being quite wishy-washy.
the longer you hold off on making a strong decision, the more you change. I just have to say that, by the way.
Also,
Agreed.
need to say that if you decide to stay, you can't then stay and then be bringing it up all the time.
Agreed.
Yeah.
You have to stay and accept it. And
Yeah.
if you can't, which it seems like you can't accept it, then you need to keep it moving.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, don't worry, it will pain you, you cry.
And you
then
cry a little bit
Oh,
and
don't
then you
worry.
move on.
Even if you cry a
you'll
lot.
find the
It's,
love.
it's okay.
It's
Crying is
okay.
good.
It's okay.
I'm pro
Who
tears.
has not cried? We've all been there. It's
I
fine.
love a good cry.
Honestly, I think it's quite refreshing. You'll be okay.
Yeah.
No, you'll be okay. Don't worry yourself. Okay, let me see. Oh, this one is interesting. Distressed in-law says, hello, FK and Jola. Love the podcast so far. Happy for you guys on how well your shows turned out. Thank you. Now, onto my dilemma. I have a bit of a comparison issue and I hate the feeling. Like when I abruptly see someone close to me or that I know in some way level up or do something I wanted for myself, but I can't do, I get a pang in my chest. Then I have to pep talk myself and distract myself out of that funk. The initial feeling in itself is so disgusting and I hate it because now I feel like I'm being this bad friend when I would never jeopardize anything going well for them. I'm honestly just looking for an active remedy for this feeling so I can feel adequate and content and be an amazing friend to all those around me.
No.
Oh.
People
No,
are...
it's definitely all.
No, let me tell you why I said no. Is that people are shocked when they recognize a negative feeling. Like we think we're above certain types of initial feelings. So everybody reacts in it. Like jealousy is so normal. The problem is what you do with it. And so the thing is, you're actually behaving like a normal person.
Yeah.
Just
That's
that people don't admit it.
Yeah. And
That's
the fact that
100%.
she-
Do you know how many times I've seen something happen and my first instinct is always
You'll feel
shit.
it. You'll feel
Yeah.
it. The question is like, what then
Immediately,
happens?
yes.
The thing with the jealousy is you'll feel it immediately, but it's then if it carries, if it changes the way you behave. Because for most normal people, it comes up and then you recognize it and they're like, I beg. And then you push it away and you keep it moving. So I don't think the feeling in and of itself is the bad thing. Honestly, anyone having what you want, unless you are Jesus himself, it feels somehow to see. That's just the truth. But then you have to be able to self-regulate. And I think that's what she's asking. But honestly, it's just recognizing that it doesn't have any impact on you. Like there's not one of everything. The fact that this is happening to this person, it has no bearing on whether it's happening to you. Also, you just don't want to be carrying around terrible vibes of this is so sit with it for a bit, allow yourself, and then you have to just wash it out.
Yeah,
you have to let it go.
If you're a religious person,
Yes,
I
if
will
you're
say
religious.
like when I used to have like when I used to have a much harder time regulating my emotions, I actually started praying about it and I started reading the book of Proverbs. Well, there's nothing that reminds you that you're foolish like that book.
No.
Every third line, a fool. Description of a fool, and you're like, that sounds like me.
Yeah. But I think
sounds-
it's bothering you because it's becoming bigger and bigger, I
Yeah.
think, to you. But I think it's one of those things where the more you entertain it,
Yeah.
the bigger it gets.
But also, like bigger and bigger life things are happening.
Yeah.
So as you get older, like bigger things are happening. So it's one thing for like, oh, your friend gets a better report card than you. Then your friend gets into the university you wanted.
Yeah.
And then like maybe you wanted to get married and like a friend is getting married or a friend is having a baby or a friend has bought a house or built a business or sold a business.
Yeah.
So the thing is that bigger things are happening. But in terms of regulating, I think recognizing the emotion first is even good because some people will say stuff like they don't realize they're jealous, but then they talk a lot about how a very common form of jealousy that people don't recognize now, for instance, with social media is this obsession with the idea that people who are doing well
It's not real.
aren't telling you what's going on behind closed doors.
Oh God.
So there's so much of that, and people think that it's like it's a lot of it is born from jealousy, but people don't recognize that that's what it is, or this idea that people aren't really having fun or really happy.
I'm like, for some people, it's not the highlight reel.
And
It's
the
actually
only
their
way,
life.
and the only way you're able to cope with the idea of people having good things is to convince yourself constantly that
Like you don't know the
that
real
you don't know the real
Yeah.
story. That is born of jealousy or
also,
envy.
humbleness being used as a tool to make other people feel. I saw this on TikTok maybe last week about why people are so. I think Jackie had put a video up, and in the comments, someone said people are very attached to
Humility.
successful people being humble because it doesn't make other people feel bad
Yeah.
about like their lack of success or maybe things that they're missing in their lives because it's like you're not playing yours up as much because you're being humble.
Yeah.
This is also an interesting take.
Yeah,
because
that's
humility-
why Nigerians love like the performance.
The performance of
Yeah.
him. That's what I'm about to say. So
Oh, they
real
love
humility
it.
is
Yeah.
not about. So for instance, if you want to bamboozle, like Nigerians will tell you, if you want to bamboozle people, for instance, like there's a way you come in and you greet. There's a way. It doesn't actually mean you think these people. You can think. You can be irritated or disgusted with them. You can think whatever you want to think. You can believe that no luck was involved in how you got to where you are, or that your life. But there are ways to perform humility, for
Yeah.
instance, that then makes other people feel good.
Yeah.
And it often, it's not just about being like polite or kind or warm. It's often about going out of your way to minimize what you've done and prop up other people. And that's not about humility in and of itself. It's a performance. So I think a lot of this stuff, to just get back to what you were saying, don't worry too much about the initial feeling. It's always what you do with it. And if you
Agreed.
focus on
Yeah.
it. Also, you can always then, and I don't mean it in like negative motivation, like, oh, I'll show them. It's always like, to me, it's always about like what is possible. So for instance, somebody does something really cool or gets like, I don't know, a deal with a streaming company. I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah.
Now I've seen it. I'm
I
like,
know I can do it. Yeah, 100%.
is that what we're doing?
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know live shows were a thing.
Yeah.
I saw the Read did a live show.
Yeah.
I went to Fakemi. I was like, we need
We
to do a
can
live
do
show.
it.
Like I didn't know that this was
Yeah.
an option.
Yeah.
Like, why don't we try this?
Yeah.
Oh, we can do merch. Oh, you don't, if your first, sometimes your first instinct is like, yay. But
This
then
can
what do you
happen
do?
for me too. Yeah.
But also, like, if you're cool with someone and you see they're doing things, you can actually ask them about it, have a conversation with them about it. If it's like a friend or if someone's deemed to be your friend, you should be able to speak to them about certain things. Or if it's dating, I know a lot of people, dating really affects or lack of a romantic
Partner, yeah.
partner. Like we were saying earlier about things are changing really quickly.
Yeah.
That really affects people. You're like, oh, does he have anyone for me? Does she have anyone for me? I think there's something in being open. Don't necessarily have to make the conversation negative or say, oh, I'm feeling this way about it. But just more, oh, how can I flip this into a positive? Or how can I like talk about this without making it negative? Because I think sometimes when you are feeling negative things, you feel that you have to swallow it and you can't be open about it because it makes you look like a bad person. But actually, like we said, negative emotions are very normal.
Yeah, it's actually very normal. And I think the thing is it's much easier when it's, stuff. So even for me, it's much easier if I see someone making money that it does. I don't feel terrible. I'm just like, I will message her like,
Yeah.
we need to
do
make
that.
money.
Yeah.
That it feels, but then I feel like for most people, when you see someone have a baby or things that are not about what you do, it's more difficult to say we need to have a baby.
Okay. Yeah,
Do you know? Or like it's more difficult to then be
We
like,
need a wedding.
so because sometimes you see things and you're like, oh, this kind of relationship is possible. That's amazing.
Yeah.
People feel very awkward about being like, okay, now I want that. And so you're internalizing it. But again, it's honestly normal that this is what you want. And I think if you make it all the same, so it's not only about work that you should now be okay with, actually, I really want this sort of situation that this person has in their life. Or I'm happy that they have a partner, have a family,
Have
like
friends.
it's cool to really want the things that
And
you
sometimes
really
it's
want.
like a reminder. If you have like a no-nonsense friend that is so no-nonsense about everything, and then you see them eventually getting to a point where things are working out for them, you're like, shit, okay, maybe I need to be a bit more strict about the things that I want in life. Maybe that's what I need to take from this. I don't know,
Yeah.
I think there's always a positive in it.
I think so. And I think it's okay. But like if it's really like a huge issue for you, consider talking to someone.
Yeah, if you find yourself starting to like cry,
like if it's
you can't
beating up
talk
your
to-
self-esteem,
definitely.
If it's affecting like your friendships,
you
because-
have to avoid
because
people.
all these things should be internal. But if it's like you can't, the way you're behaving to that person is because you're punishing them for good things happening in their lives, then maybe you should definitely talk to someone. But
100%. Do you want to do one more?
It's a tough one.
yeah. Okay, we'll do one more. Confused babe and older man wahala.
Oh no.
God. I need help. I love the podcast, by the way. Great work, guys. Thank you. I'm a young babe, 23, dating my boyfriend who's 35. I
want you to know that even the other person is just saying,
I saw the age gap, especially
God.
at 12 years is not the end of the world. But
It's the age.
At this age. Anyway, every day I wonder if I'm in the wrong relationship. Good. The sex is good. He's funny, smart, generous, and decent. But he's mean, cold, quickly gets an attitude like a girl on her period. Please, we don't.
First of all, we don't do that.
We don't do that.
The 23 is
We
showing.
don't do that. Avoids apologizing properly, always claiming his hurtful actions are not intentional. And when we have issues, his first response to conflict is different. What's the decency about this? One time, this uncle ghosted me for almost 2 weeks. Tell me why I found him in his house. He barely spends time with me and I always have to push. Otherwise, he'll only see me on Sundays and I don't get it because his work is very flexible. Sorry, what are you asking? Currently, we're in a long distance relationship, and when I came back, we barely had any memories.
Oh my God, he's
it's only when I
married.
pushed that he made any plans. He uses the excuse of my curfew, but uncle, please, I've told him over and over again that if he wants to see me, I'll make it happen. Honestly, I grew up watching my parents keep malice and how it affected them till now. I fear if I end up with him, that will be my reality, because how can you intentionally ghost someone you claim you love? Should I end this even though he always... What are you asking me? I don't like this situation. Everything you've listed is terrible.
I'm so disgusted.
Honestly, you couldn't... Do you know what's killing me is
disgusted.
that you couldn't even find up to 4 things that were good about the situation.
And
but
one
you
being
see
physical
the
doesn't
bad
count. Yeah.
thing.
She said you see the sex.
That's what she said. He's good in bed.
Oh no.
Actually, he's mean, he's rude, he knows me,
he doesn't have
he
time
keeps
for me.
malice,
He
doesn't-
gives malice. Like, and then you're still asking, should you?
But you know the craziest bit of that whole dilemma is that he ignored you for 2 weeks.
He's dead.
And you're
And you
still
went to
dating
his
him.
house.
He's dead. You know, I think people think I'm joking when I say this thing. 72 hours.
It's too much.
I
That's
can't-
too
do you know
low.
why I
24
won't look
guys,
for
you're
you?
done.
It's too much.
I won't look for you because either the police call me
Right.
based
Yeah.
on, hi, we saw your number a lot in this person's phone, wanted to know that we found the body. Or like go to wherever you're going. Like I don't
Honestly,
get it.
do you know, I'm sorry, but please, and I know everyone's going to say, oh, everybody's different. There
2
is no
weeks.
way you can really like somebody. And 3 days will pass.
It's not possible. Even
It is not.
Even Jesus died
Let me
and came
tell
back
you
in 3 days.
something. It says, I want to put it to you that the two of you are deceiving yourselves.
No, she is deceiving herself.
No, she's the only one. She's the only one in this
She said the two
relationship.
of you are
Yeah.
She's the only one.
Yeah.
I want you to know that she's the
Relationship.
only one in this
And
relationship.
are we sure that this is a relationship?
It's
and
not. No, we're sure it's not.
This is the
She's
friends of
small- the
The
benefits.
signs of not being in a relationship is someone
This
that's
is
talking
not a
to you for
relationship.
2
Yeah.
weeks.
2 weeks is crazy. 2 weeks,
2 weeks.
14 calendar days. And the only reason that you end up talking is because you went to his house. So how much longer would that have gone on for?
Let me tell you, this is an irritating
So
story.
funny.
It's actually irritating. I'm actually annoyed.
This is part of the reason why with like more and more like women talk a lot about the dangers of like all these age gaps when you're really young.
because you're so like, I don't understand whatever picture of him you've built in
Painted,
your
yeah.
mind. This is a terrible, he's treating you in an awful manner.
Yeah.
You know it. And I don't understand why you're still doing this.
Also, all jokes aside, I think the reason that this kind of... Number one, the reason he's dating you versus someone closer to his own
Yeah.
age is that someone closer to his own age is not going for the bullshit.
Yeah.
Whereas you're still young. He's experienced so much more of life than you have. So you're still at that age where you're figuring out what's right, what's wrong, what's okay for you that might not be okay for other people. There's so much things that you figure out in your 20s, and he's really tainting your experience of dating.
Yeah.
And that's why the age gap thing is, in this particular situation, is bad.
Yeah.
Because he knows that he's not
He
showing
actually
up.
knows a lot better. And like where
Right.
you're just getting into the dating pool. Him, he has seen everything.
Right.
You know?
And in his mind, like, this is funny because he can get away with this.
Right.
I think I like what she just said about him tainting like your view, because what happens is you have this nasty experience when you're in your early 20s and you're so jaded
Yeah.
in an unnecessary way. You're so hard. And then when you want to go back and date men closer to your age, you are accelerating. So all the good stuff that's accelerated by as a function of age, so like money or you want from this 25 or 26-year-old, and then all the other stuff he does, like he would have. And so it's just unnecessary baggage. Like, what do you mean you're keeping malice with me, or you're not speaking to me, or you're not communicating?
Honestly, it's
At
low level basic
At any age,
rubbish.
it's rubbish. With a 35-year-old, let me tell you why he doesn't date women his age. Because a 32, 33-year-old woman, you don't call her for a certain number of days. It's like, you've died. I know you think we're joking.
Cool.
It's being so
so
serious.
for real. And there's
one is going for it.
at this stage, there's actually no need for any conversation. It's done. When you message me back, I'll ask you that, oh, sorry. Okay, you're still here.
You're still here. Like, I thought we were done.
I know we are done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, we're completely
Just
done.
let's keep. I don't have the energy.
Yeah.
I'm
Unless
not
you are
chasing
abducted.
you. I'm actually not. And if you are abducted, maybe there'll be ransom. Somebody is looking. So just free it. Don't worry. Wherever you are,
stay
good
there.
luck.
Just stay there.
I wish you
Delete my
honestly.
number. All the
Yeah,
best
sis,
to
you
everyone.
need to. I would love for you to realize that this is rubbish.
And also, what you really super duper need to realize is that this man is actually a fucking loser.
Yeah.
Like, no tea, no shade. This is a loser. And he knows that someone like you is probably going to be more compassionate, kinder to him.
You're even looking for him.
Yeah,
Do you know how happy that makes him?
Do you know how many people don't want him, that think he's like ill? Like, his name comes up in conversations, people are like ill, like people are rolling their eyes. You need to remember that he's a loser.
Yep.
Yeah. You need to
Go
free
into
it
his house?
immediately. And please do me. Don't have any conversation. Don't discuss.
And don't feel bad. Don't let him try and gaslight you.
Block him. Just block him.
You need to keep it moving.
Yeah.
You need to do it today.
Yeah.
Like immediately.
As soon as you
possible.
hear this, he needs to go.
You need to.
Because this is going to be a canon event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's going to be a canon event, and you're going to look back in a few years and be like, that is the point that I should have left. And I didn't.
Yeah. And I need you to not get into a place of thinking that this is what people do. It's not.
It's so weird. This is so strange.
This is bottom barrel raspberry. Very raspberry.
I think for me, the thing it has always been like, why are you being so rude?
Yeah.
Rude. I don't like when people are rude to you.
But
like,
obviously he's, and this is the thing, your mum or dad or whoever, or your friends, maybe you're a loser in your group, like your parents didn't hug you, like no one was nice to you. And now I have to face the consequences of that. No, wrong.
yeah, like you're the dead guy in your friendship group. So now you want to be
all of a sudden you want to put that
You want
on
to be the big man, yeah?
Also,
No.
can I just say that one of my greatest fears is dating the dead guy.
in the group.
And the problem is you never know
until you
meet
see
the
them.
until you see the group.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn, this is like,
I will never
loser.
forget.
this is the errand boy.
I will never forget
of
a
the
friend
group
of
knowing
mine.
that.
A friend of mine calling me to say, I've done a huge fuck up. She was like, she went out with this guy. She had been seeing him like super casually, but then he was like, oh, she should come and meet him somewhere with his friends. She said she got there. She wanted to start crying. He was like, first of all, like there were other guys that were there that were more attractive.
Oh.
Like a couple of them were single, and they just were all like nicer than him, funnier. But it's that thing of like, oh, I've come into the group through this guy,
and that's the worst. This is the worst entry.
He can't bang. She was like, I've done it.
But let me not lie to you. Listen, you were not married to him. You need You need.
This
to
is before we
keep it.
became wise. Now, you know when you are young and naive and you
Don't
feel
let
bad.
the man you're saying stop you from meeting the love of your life, my
Very
dear.
important.
And if he
Don't-
really
don't
cares about you,
worry.
cares about your happiness.
Yeah.
You know?
You know, I think this friendship group thing, honestly, we must look into it.
But that doesn't work in the reverse. Don't come
No,
around
it
me and
doesn't
my friends
work in the
talking about
reverse
stuff.
at
Oh,
all.
your girl
And
looks...
I stand on this double standard
Oh,
wholeheartedly.
wholeheartedly.
Let me
Your
not
girl
lie, I
looks
stand
good.
on this double
No.
standard like
Yeah.
mad. I think it's, you know, and the thing is, me and my friends have discussed this thing where like, it doesn't, you know, people will say, oh, if it's your ex, and I'm like, it doesn't have to be an ex. Once you know that there have been entanglements here, why do you
Yeah.
see the person and what crosses your mind is, oh, this is someone, because all the people you have entangled with, I look at them and I'm like, this is a brother in Christ.
Yeah, if that.
Honestly, it doesn't even come up because I'm always like, oh, this is this person's
Funny,
guy.
Yeah.
the older I get, the less. I don't know why I was so keen on being friendly with like my friends,
God forbid.
partners.
Never
I'm
gay
just
friends.
honestly, it's one of the funny things where
Yeah, like
I know
don't
why.
know
Before
why.
I wanted like a crew. You know, you want
Yes.
everyone to get along.
Mm-mm.
Now I'm just like,
I don't know why. When I was younger,
the thing is, this
don't
is
get
your
it.
man.
It was always, that's your man. And then when you guys break up and you see us in public, you didn't see us in
Yeah.
public.
Like it's just
when I
it's
was
fine.
younger, I really had this idea of like, oh, everyone is really good. Like the couples are all really good friends, and even if you don't, I just had this idea of like, oh, he's like, yeah, like my sister, he's like my brother. I don't know what I was thinking because now more and more, I'm just like, I don't know that gargoyle. I don't know him.
To be fair, the
Like
only
you
exception
are my
is,
friend. I'll always be polite. I'll be friendly.
Yeah.
I'll be warm.
Yeah.
But it should be clear like, this is my wife's friend. This
Yeah.
is my
Mm.
girlfriend's friend.
Yeah.
Unless we like met together.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
thing is, we can become friends, but even in the becoming friends, there is still a layer of
Yeah.
I need to understand that we're all good friends because your relationship is
It's
going
good.
on.
Yeah.
And your relationship is
Yeah.
good. I treat her
Should
well.
your
Yeah.
relationship
Yeah.
end or you stop treating her well?
Or
Yeah.
him well.
There is no, or him well.
Yeah.
There's no amount of the friendship we've built
Mm-mm.
that is going to overcome the fact that you're being crazy to my friend.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. If it-
100%.
And I need all of us to wake up to this reality. And,
I think
and
most
for
people
me,
know
it
that.
works. Guys and babes, I'm like, this is the person I know.
Mm.
I don't want us to be confused because
Mm.
we've become so close
Mm.
as a result of your relationship. That's lovely. Once you
Mm.
start moving crazy, I don't
Don't
even know
move
who. And if you
crazy.
break up,
Don't do
I
it.
promise you, it just can't. This day and age, it can't work.
Mm.
This like, so my friend they weren't even together. This babe was so fun. He was seeing the girl, and honestly, I really, you know, when I was like, you guys should have been together for me because you see the vibes, everything
Immaculate.
was just. But from the jump, you could tell she liked him so much more than he liked her. And so me, I knew from when I met her that, oh, babes,
You won't be around. For
yeah, I
long.
know this boy.
Yeah.
I've already asked him what this is, and he didn't say the things. He didn't. The way you're moving, that's not how he sees
Oh,
this.
what a damn.
How could you not tell her
But
that?
honestly,
though?
she was amazing. I kept telling him that you need to open your eyes. This is the girl for you. He was like, this is the girl for you. I said, and she is. If you want this friendship to carry on, this kind of person that we need. Do you get? I was like, she's lovely. Honestly, look how we all look together. This, if you look at all of us, this makes sense. As a group,
You know,
wonderful.
you sound like this is how John. John, my friend, one of my business partners, John, he gets so frustrated. He's like, but I like this one. Yeah, let's talk wine.
No, this is how I was. I promise you.
Oh.
And he laughs now and he's like, that thing went on for like 2 more months because of you. Like every time he will think this cannot work, he'll just think, this baby will now call me and be saying, look at this, look at that, look at this. I was so for it. But it was funny because they ended and like, I think she went to get lunch or something. And it wasn't bad. I liked her, but I was just like,
I see what you mean.
Because what
It's
you're
not
not
like we
going to do
can't
is,
go.
but sometimes they like to attach onto you as a way to stay
And I was like, sis, the problem is that like me and this guy are actually
Really tired.
really good friends. And this
And-
is weird for us to be friends.
and like the thing is, it's gonna make that weird, and I can't really afford for that to be weird. So I'm actually so sorry, but this cannot. You
So
didn't
he's trying to
do
use you to stay in
anything,
contact.
but I was just like the like hanging out thing is somehow, and it'll be little things you know, we were somewhere and we didn't go together, but she then came and was where we were and we're gisting and she put it on her story. And he messaged me that he didn't say anything. He was just like, seen. And I was like, we have to wrap this up. We have to. He just wrote, oh, scene. Wonderful. Like, I love to see that you guys are so close hanging out. And I just said, yeah, we have to wrap this up.
Because it's weird.
He was like, I'm sorry.
It's weird.
He was just like, when
it's
did this
weird.
one start?
It's weird.
I
think I did that. My friend was, to be fair, it was an event. But this guy I used to date was like sat next to her. And someone sent the video to me. And I was like, this is weird because we don't like him.
Yeah.
So why is he sat next to you?
Yeah.
That's so weird. So I called her and she was like, oh, bro, so weird. He sat there, but he didn't say anything.
He knew what he was doing.
Weird.
It's weird.
Yeah,
he wanted her to message you or someone to message you.
Yeah. Like, it's just odd. Hi, it's fine. But like,
I don't know.
After that, I don't know. I find all these things. And it's funny because I didn't used to have a hard line about it. And now more and more, I'm just like, that's your man.
This is a random like work-related question. Did anybody ever make you feel like unserious for liking makeup?
Yeah, in the early days. Yeah, I think we've all, I can't speak for everyone. Yeah, people make little comments about like, oh, your videos. Even till this day, it's so interesting because I've been doing this for a really long time.
Yeah.
But I would say I've had, in this career, you will have times where you are like really hot.
Yeah.
And then you're just kind of base existing. Then you might have another time when you're really hot. I call them like spurts. Like little like moments that people are really... So it's interesting because after the last one where I was going viral on TikTok, it is so fascinating to me because people that have known you and have known of what you're doing, all of a sudden are like licking your bumhole clean. I'm like, this is so crazy because I know you.
Yeah, and it's also like, didn't you see it before? It's not like I just started
we have
from
a
zero.
Real issue as a society about like waiting for someone else to give someone their tens before you feel like you can, or you're waiting for someone to basically co-sign that that person's cool. That's like a fun person, or like, oh, that's someone that you should be like hanging around with, or should, or should be like, and it's so like loserish to me because it feeds back into this thing of who is self? Like, what do you think is cool? Like, what do you fuck with? Like, why do you have to wait for someone else to be like, oh yeah, that person is like a big deal? Because there's certain people that I'm like, if you had over X amount of following, things would be so different for you. But your content doesn't need to change. Your content is phenomenal. It's just how other people perceive. Because I have friends that be like, oh, but this and that. I'm like, babe, there's nothing wrong with your content.
Yeah.
You just haven't reached...
You haven't had a spurt yet.
Yeah. The threshold of what other people might consider to be like, oh, this is a threshold that I can now buy into. Just so interesting
I
to
think
me.
that's very interesting because when you... I was going to ask about that, about like having done this for a long time, already being generally
really
popular, and then having this moment on TikTok where for a lot of people that maybe had just seen it, it seemed like, oh, now she blew, and everybody else is like,
she's been
here.
The language around it is interesting.
You that doesn't know her. She's been here.
And then people would be like, oh my God, you're getting like such international recognition. And I'm like, wrong. US has always been my largest platform. Like they've always been so supportive. It's like, I feel like the UK are only now being like, oh, like, this is like our beauty girly. Like the US have been on some like, oh my God, yeah, love her, love her. Even at work, which is obviously, and I say this to a lot of people, because it's easy to look at what's going on and feel like, oh, you know, why aren't I getting this? Literally one of my very close friends. And I was like, babe, it's literally just a numbers game. It is, don't ever feel like, oh, I'm not good enough or I'm not getting certain opportunities. Brands really, 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 they can lie all they want. They care a lot about metrics.
Yeah.
They are so metrics driven, to me, almost to a fault. Someone can be incredible, have like incredible content, incredible audience. And that's why it is quite whitewashed, because it tends to be the white girlies that have the larger platforms. So I'm like, a lot of the times it really is just following. And it sucks because that's something that's ultimately quite out of your control.
It is. You can't tell, and also you can't control when it happens, and you don't know what makes it happen. It can't. Some things move, and you're like, okay, this is.
You can improve your chances. That's nothing. I feel like
When you say you can improve your chances, what do you mean?
The thing about content creation is that it's very accessible.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like anyone can do content.
100%.
But to be successful at content is where people fall down because, again, not your fault, but most people are very attached to quick. It's kind of like what we're seeing with like Ozempic. We don't really get into that, but like Ozempic and we're talking about fillers and little quick fixes that can fix things in quite a quick, but you don't really get that with content creation. Even people that had a quote unquote fast come up, you eventually balance out and then you just kind of sustain it. For example, like a Nella Rose, I would say Nella had quite a quick rise to popularity, but she's been able to sustain it. Yeah. And I think when people see people like Nella, they feel like, okay, well, that's just the standard. But it's not. Nella's a very unique individual and she is a very special individual. That's why it worked so well for her. And I would say she's a pioneer in her lane. What she does, I think she's very, very good at it. But the average person that does content, you're going to be jugging for years. Yeah. And a lot of people don't want to commit to years. And a lot of the times it's not sexy. It's long. You don't want to do it.
You feel like a loser.
My friend literally said, she was like, I feel like this is a humiliation ritual. I said, you got to keep going though. Because
you feel like a loser. Yeah. Like, I think it's very difficult to get people to understand that you will feel like a loser for a while. It's not.
And not even a while.
Look, even when we tell people that like, this is our 7th year, like this is the 8th season, they're just like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, you know, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
It takes a while. And I'm like, we're not even there. We're not even close to there anywhere yet. We are still feeling like, okay, it's just coming together. And it's been 7 years. But this is how it is. I'm like, it's actually the normal trajectory.
The first 10 years, you're just...
If you do it in 2 years, that is what is different from, like, this is the normal thing. And I think it's just, it's weird. But because content creation is, you're right, you can see it. You can see it. So it's different from every other thing where you're building over time because you are watching this thing happen and you don't know.
But in any other job, and I actually feel like there's something very empowering about saying, you know, I'm going to get into this as an additional stream of income. Yeah. People feel like, oh, you know, I'm doing it for the love of it. It's okay if you're not doing it for the love of it. Yeah. That's okay too. It's okay to be like, you know what, I want to do this because this is a very viable, I'm good at this, I could make a lot of money from it. That's okay. In any other traditional field, you would have to work for years. Yeah. Even when you're applying for new roles, you need 5 years experience in this, 3 years in this. Right. No one ever said 2 months and then you would get there. No. And I think people need to see, well, now more than ever, you need to see it, whether it's podcasting or content creation or whatever it is in the social media space, you need to really approach it in an analytical way. Approach it less. Back in the day, you can just vibe and do whatever. Yeah. And I remember I listened to an episode of you guys' where you were saying in the beginning, sometimes you film this week, sometimes you don't film next. Very up and, but for real, if you want success and you want to actually, that's why I said you can control it to some degree. You need to be filming in volume, posting in volume for at least like the first 2 to 5 years.
If we had known, we would have. If we had done what we did from 2021 in 2017, wow.
It would have been, no, honestly,
I agree with you.
I promise you, it would have been night and day because it was also such clear space when we started. There was nobody. In Lagos, it wasn't a thing. It was not. And so there is a thing with the discipline of it.
Discipline is the word.
That you can't move past it. You have to treat it like something, the vibes, you can have a great time, but you have to treat it like a serious thing for it to be a serious thing. And that's just all it is. But I was curious to know what is your approach to it because things like beauty, fashion, you know, everyone wants it to be just like innate and like artistic and unplanned. You know, I just threw it together. This is just, and I'm like, I know people, I'm like, that's not how they do it. So, but what is like your approach now? How has it changed from maybe when you started?
I think now, if you're coming into it now, someone asked me the other day, oh, I want to do it, but I'm scared of being perceived. I said, oh, I don't know if this one's going to be for you.
No, the entire point of social media is perception.
Be perceived. So that's first of all. And I know people like, I don't want my family and friends to...
They will be there.
They will see it. And whoever died from them seeing it. They should really be supporting you, but whatever. Okay. one thing I will say is I think everyone can do makeup. I think everyone can dress, or everyone can put a fit together. What makes people stand out for me, and the people that I really, when I've done my analytics and I've done my case studies, the people that to me have had the most amount of success have personality. That's one thing. Everyone doesn't have personality. Even people that have great personality, it's hard for personality to translate online.
Yeah.
That's something I really struggled with for a long time. So I think in person, I'm like very vibrant and very up. But then I struggled with that in my content because when I was coming up, people didn't want that from content creators. They really
You didn't want them to speak.
We don't care. Just show us the
I
eyeshadow. That was
think actually,
it. Really.
I think a lot of it was like actually like misogyny. And I know people are going to get at me, but I think there's something about women who do beauty and fashion, and there's this idea that you don't want to hear them talk.
Yeah, just show us.
Just show us
Yeah.
and keep quiet.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to see personality in that, because a lot of the men that did really, really well was pure personality
true.
around that same time.
That's actually, the Casey Neistat.
Exactly. Like, it was pure personality.
Yeah.
But then with women who are doing beauty, fashion, skincare was like slightly on the come up, and like lifestyle content. There was a thing about almost wanting it to be like a human catalog.
Highly curated.
And then put your LTK link.
Like, you don't have any opinions. You don't say much. You just post your pics.
And they used to bully women who were like,
that's why
chatty.
There's a
video
sense
views-
of you're talking too much now.
Yeah, people would always be like, back in the day, they'd be like, okay, that's why I used to edit out all of the talking and just leave in put this eyeshadow here. Because people would be like, we don't really want to hear about all the extra stuff. So in a way, at first, it was really hard for me to get used to the fact that people did want to hear. I call them yappings. Like, people love a yapping now. Like, you can yap. And that tends to do the best for me.
Yeah.
But everyone is different. If you lack in personality, maybe focus on the skill elements. There's some people that are very, very talented, and that's really enough, and they don't really need any more. Then you get like, I think it depends. I think it depends on what you want to do, because not everyone's comfortable showing their personality online. Some people don't have a personality, not bad.
Yeah.
It's just
what
everyone's
it is.
different.
Yeah.
A bit more, people a bit more reserved. But I definitely say always have like case studies, always have your own case studies. But in order to have like a case study on yourself, you need to have posted.
And you've posted enough to be able to come to a conclusion.
Volume. Yeah. And I mean, people look at me mad and I'm like, oh yeah, so I split my year into different phases. So in the summer, I'm a bit more chill. Like I was saying, like I'm not really working as hard right now because this is kind of my, what I would call an off season.
Yeah.
But from, like I was saying, October till about March, maybe April, depending on the year, is when I can really, really go ham. I don't like going out in winter. So that's like perfect excuse for me to be at home working. Everyone else is at home. Because in the summer, people go on vacation.
Yeah, and so everyone
there's
can
less
watch
attention.
and see.
Yeah. When everyone's back in school, I also think about it in like, the school year as well, which I think is a good way to think about it in like the working year. I think that's a good way to break it up.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
I never really considered that.
Yeah, you need to consider where the attention is.
Yeah.
You need to follow mass attention. Oh, do you know what kills me? Oh, I don't want to be on TikTok. You're not going to go anywhere. You are not. I'm so sorry.
Do you think that? I was going to ask because like I mean, I have known who you are, I mean, forever. The thing is, and I don't even have TikTok, but no, forget even as a creator, but my reason is not noble. My reason is because I was telling you that I already don't sleep. Just imagine me having TikTok in the middle of the night. I'm done.
You guys have a TikTok.
Yes.
So that's important.
So from a platform point of view, but what I wanted to ask was, you moving into TikTok and then, this whole thing happening, how much of it was deliberate? How much of it just happened?
TikTok definitely gave me a rebirth. And I was so, like, I don't want to be on TikTok. I had a friend of mine who was really big on TikTok. And he was on it yonks before I was.
Yeah.
He's in vet. So he's a vet that does like vet content, a little bit of fitness, that kind of stuff. And he would always be like, Uche, like, you should be on TikTok. And I'd be like, oh no, I can't be on TikTok. The girlies are it was a different world to me. It was very different from Instagram, very different. Because I started on YouTube, which was really long form.
Different,
Very different. So moving to Instagram and then moving to video because Instagram was images. And then it went to video and then it was like, okay, you have to post video on Instagram if you want to grow. That's another thing. You have to post video on Instagram if you want to grow. People don't really want to accept. You can't. There's a few cases, maybe like Sophia and Chinzia, but they also post video elsewhere. They have their podcast. So if you're just relying on social media platforms, you need to do what's going to help you grow. Anyway, ended up on TikTok. It's interesting because I think what made me do well on TikTok is my YouTube background because YouTube lends well to long form content and longer form content, in my opinion, does well on TikTok because if someone wanted something cute and pretty that was 20 seconds, they would go on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like people come on, that's why Alex Earl is so successful, Monet is so successful, Gloria, because they sit and you can see their personality. And what really, in my opinion anyway, gave those people their platforms is TikTok. And oftentimes you see a TikToker that's huge on TikTok and they don't really have a following on Instagram.
It's just different. It's different.
It's a different vibe, yeah.
But I think we're in a TikTok era and you need to go where mass attention is.
Yeah.
There's no point, do you know what I mean?
I think people, and that's like where like unnecessary pride comes in. So you think you're so special. There's something about you that will make people go back to a platform that they left. So like, oh no, I don't like TikTok like that, but they can find me on Instagram, and it's like, but they are not there.
They're not looking. They're not there.
They're not
like,
looking
it's
there
just,
anymore. So there's something about like arrogance or pride, and sometimes I think it's like fear of starting over.
It is. It's fear of a new
Someone
thing.
actually said they were like, I don't want to have to build a whole new platform, and I'm like, you're gonna have to. You need to. Yeah, it's fear. Also, people, the humiliation thing made to seem like
you're trying.
People already know me. Why do I now need to come and reinvent myself to a new audience? And it's like you kind of have to though.
It's embarrassing to feel like you're trying.
Yeah,
it is.
But I feel like you're made to feel like that. But do you know what's so crazy to me? There is nothing more exciting than having a fresh platform where you can really experiment and figure out what you're doing before you have all of these eyes
there on you.
Like it's good. You can play around. That's why you have so many spam accounts now. People make this because they feel more free.
Yeah,
because it's not like their base account where everyone. Yeah, their main account where everyone has so much of a following. So many people have like 2-3 accounts. And it's interesting because there's people that have multiple and then there's people that are scared to even make one.
Yeah.
I know, right? I was going to, because I don't want it to seem like we're doing a social media deep dive. But before we go there, I said something about ruining the mood.
Okay,
oh, yes.
So I went out yesterday and there were too many, man. Jesus.
Wait, where did you go? Can you say?
Don't worry about that. It was like 30% max, babes.
Really?
Yeah, that was
in
like,
London.
And I realized something. I realized that like those things actually matter. So
they do.
I used to be one of those people that used to say like, oh, you can just have, like, it doesn't matter. Like if you're somewhere and you're with your people, you can still just have fun. But I've realized like there are things that are ruining it.
Yeah.
That are ruining it.
Yeah.
Like, so that was the first thing. But then I started talking to Tolly about something else. And people are going to get on to me about this. I don't give a shit.
Oh my God, what is
I don't give a shit. I realized something, and it's women that are guilty of this thing. I realized more and more that we lie a lot about what makes. So because it's summer, I'm seeing lots of like event reviews. I'm seeing lots of I went here.
Yeah.
I had a good time. I didn't have a good time. A lot of babes are lying.
As in how?
What, about having a
they
good
did have a
time?
good time or didn't?
No. About the reason they didn't have a good time.
Okay, like what?
Yes. Like nobody
There's
asked
no
for your number.
prospects. Oh.
And so they're making it about, so when you say, oh, was the music good? They're like, oh, the DJ was okay. What was the like drinks, food? Oh, you could get food and drinks. Are your friends there? Yes. Did you guys dance? Yes. And then the more you're asking questions, you're starting to realize like why people aren't. So there's a thing I've realized about talking around a subject is what I mean. And not feeling embarrassed to be on. Because the reason why you pretended that when you went there, the only thing you cared about was going out with your friends. That's not true. That's not true. For a lot of people, if you actually only went out to go out with your friends, if you got there, the music was banging, there was food and drinks.
You guys will have a swell
you've had a good time.
But I also think this goes back to what my friends say about, my friends now always say there's not enough third spaces because when you go to events in London, in my opinion, everyone is looking for love. This is not a party. People are not dancing.
Yeah.
You've come here to find love.
You come here for
mixer.
Basically, but it's not because this is the club.
But
right?
it's not. And so there's like a weird gauging of the situation that is going on.
And
what you said is so funny because I thought to myself, I cannot remember the last time I thought about this song, Collect My Number.
Yes, it's like, but I've realized that, so what I'm trying to say is that a lot of girls in their 20s don't realize that that's what the problem is.
Yeah, that nobody knows.
They don't, they have, so they think they're not having fun. just because they're not having fun. The thing is, innately, they didn't get what they thought they were going to get out of it. So I made an effort. I paid like this slightly ridiculous like charge. And in my mind, I'm going to go there, and what constitutes having a good time, all these other things, but also I'll meet people.
Do you know, I never really meet people on...
Which nobody's approaching you.
At all.
Let me just tell you.
Live and direct.
I'm actually sorry to say for free.
But the thing is, and then the ones that... It's so interesting because
these men don't have enough
approaching me. I
So
hate
what's they supposed to do?
Even if a guy's good
No, wait,
looking...
Uche, I just supposed to
How
send
you first said nobody's approaching me, then you say you hate...
Yeah, I hate it. So maybe they can feel my energy. I would more rather come up to you and be like, oh, you know, whatever. I just hate
wanna
you
go
because
up
I
to
hate
them?
the way men approach women.
Okay, fair.
It's just so weird. I'm just like, what is all of this? I'd rather come up to you. We have like a nice conversation. And, you know, I love a conversation. I hate like at the end of the conversation, now you're talking about, oh, can I have your number and all this stuff. And I just think, wow, we just had a nice chat. You're trying to ruin it. I hate all that. Wow. This is
why they're not... I hope you know this is why they're not...
Yes, because I get on podcasts and I start talking about dynamite.
No, but it's not that. But it's not that. I think... I just think... I wish... I mean, when you're younger, you're not as self-aware, but there are so many times I've seen, and I'm listening between the lines, and I'm just like, what happened was you feel away because you made an investment and you think you brought your best self out and you didn't get a part of what you wanted because...
Right.
And I just wish there was a way for people to be able to be honest without sounding or seeming desperate or weird or somehow. And it's just all these like other things. Like I talk to like my cousin or I talk to people about what it's like being in your 20s right now. And it's like the Matrix. They're not even speaking English. Like it's just a weird thing.
How would they even meet? And
so they're
where
like,
do they go?
That's why
like,
I'm wondering.
She put something on her stories and so he replied with a dot. Like, what does that mean?
What?
Huh?
I'm telling you, like, so they won't say nice. So at least in our own time, at least they'll say nice pic. Something.
Or some hot eyes or something.
They were looking for your BBM pin
Now what
up
they'll do is
and down.
they'll go and watch all your highlights. Just weird thing. I'm telling you.
What does watching your highlights have to do with anything?
Yes, because that means he's interested. So he's got to Peru. You guys, I'm telling
If
you.
you don't... Anyway,
Weird things.
Where I am now, you can't even pull off a thing of... I went somewhere the other day and someone did this thing of his friend came to talk to me.
Oh God.
And was like, and I said to him, you know what's funny? I came in here and I thought, oh, that's a good looking man. This thing you've just done.
Ruined it.
I can never talk to him. Do
You're
you know how old we are? Your friend.
You sent your friend.
And I was like, it's not even like a situation. We're all here. We can all see ourselves. This cute thing you thought was going to happen where your friend will come, then point, then me, and I'll be like, oh my God, hi. I said, let me not lie to you, plus him, if you don't get out of my front.
Well, my male friend's always like, don't bother.
I'm like, this is...
What's your friend saying that I don't bother?
All my friends, and I'm like, I don't like this reputation you are giving.
It's funny though.
It's very bad.
Because the right guy, and I always think the right guy that's actually for me would not be sending his friend.
Yeah.
It's not to come and say some
a
this,
tough
that,
time.
and
ruined it. You see, I said ruined the motive. You ruined
a
it.
tough time.
But this one I'm saying, I feel like a lot of guys don't know how to date.
No, I feel like they don't have the requisite vim for this approach.
They're scared of being
And they think
rejected.
vim means aggression.
No,
it doesn't mean that.
You just don't have it.
Just
you
be
don't
normal,
understand just the approach. You don't understand what constitutes, I have come to talk to you and this is a nice interaction. Like the whole interaction, you can't just come to me and then tell me that you want my number. What? I don't know who
I don't know who
you
you are.
You're actually a stranger
Are you
to
doing
me.
rituals? I don't know.
Like,
And then there's the people that are like, I was having this really nice conversation with this guy, and I thought, oh, do you know what? He's actually quite cool. And then he was like, oh, can I have your Instagram? And I don't like following people I don't know. I was like, no, it's fine. Like, I'll give you my number. And he was like, oh, but can we just follow each other on Instagram?
No,
I thought, loser.
No, we
Loser.
can't.
No.
I'm sorry. Like,
Because now
we
you want to
like,
optically look like we're following each other.
No, just free.
Now, you nearly
I
had
don't
me.
like these basic.
Way.
Another
Yeah.
Raz one. Another one that's very Raz. Very, very Raz.
Oh, no.
You know who I am.
You do.
You know. You know who I am.
But I like it when they pretend they don't.
But you want? I hate it.
I hate it.
I love it. I prefer that.
I hate it.
Do you remember?
Do you know
that?
why? Because you know the thing is that it doesn't need to be a thing. But you don't need to pretend that you because once you now say, actually, I'm like, no, I'm so sorry. Like, now you're weird.
Let me
weird.
know, like, it's
Wait, so if
actually
they come
Raz.
over to you and they're like,
You know
oh,
why? Because
hi, Jola, you want them to say your name?
I've had a guy in the club Googling the podcast. And I thought, I said, excuse me, first of all,
You know.
you need to read the room. This is the clubhouse.
You know who I am.
You know who I know. You know who I am.
Wait, so what kind of approach
And I'm not
would you
saying I'm
prefer
generally
then?
you
popular.
know how irritating it is.
What I don't like is when you pretend not to know because you think that will make me think you're interesting.
Like if you don't know who I am,
I don't.
Not everybody. We're not popular enough that everybody knows.
No, what
If
I don't
you don't
like.
know, that's cool. This game you want to play,
I don't like it.
Of like I'm playing it down. On the same note, the other side where you are quoting me to myself.
No.
Please, we need to keep that moving along.
Oh my God.
No, that's happened to me more than once.
I say like
Honestly, it's awful.
Let's say I say, oh my gosh, I really like Uche's trouser, and I'll say, oh, but I thought your favorite color is pink. What does it have to do with anything, mate?
This happens to my friend actually. A lot of guys that are interested in her watch her show. And she was like, it's weird because I feel like you're getting to know me, but you don't know me.
Let me not lie to you. It's really odd.
I don't mind that part, but stop insisting that you know. I don't know how to explain it.
Because the things you've even extrapolated are crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I know what I said. Why would you say it back to me?
Weird.
In this context.
Ruined it.
Of trying to
But you
move
see
to
what I mean?
me.
People don't know what
I
to
just
do.
think if you listen to it, cool, there's no issue. Like, obviously, that's lovely. We want everyone to. But your approach to me is this weird, I know you.
Ruined it.
You don't. So,
Ruining it.
I don't know what to say. Tough time.
So what's the alternative?
You just have to be a normal person.
Yeah.
Be normal.
Be normal
Yeah.
and just have a bit of a personality.
That apparently is the hardest thing to answer.
You just need to listen. A bit of well, my French term, I say a bit of flanter. That's
I love a bit of flanter.
You need
Love
flanter.
Love
And
a flanter.
we're set.
Yeah.
You're done. That's all.
Also, don't be afraid to like take the piss out of me.
Yeah,
I feel like people feel like they have to be nice.
Yeah,
all
or
the
they
time,
think that
nice.
they need to be cool, too cool.
Yeah, to be really cool.
You have to be so cool.
Yeah, no,
And
that's
it's
not
just
gonna work.
So they are even like trying to add more bass in their voice, and I'm like, I can't hear what you're saying. Like, just it's like or you say, oh hi, like and you're trying to find things in common. So it's like, oh, what do you do? I don't talk about work. Okay, you're banging F then. You're doing fraud.
I'm sorry, that's the only thing I think.
That's the only thing. Like, so
that's the only. What does guy say? Oh, I do that thing where people like put their money in places and the money grows.
What?
Investments.
He's
What you're struggling
does
to
it think
say.
you're a fool?
It's
said
like
you
someone
obviously do
that
fraud.
told me that
You
they
obviously do fraud.
can't tell me where they work because it changes people's opinions of that. I said, see, if I find out that you're not the president or you're not in the FBI, do you know how upset I'm going to be? If come to find out this guy works in a run-of-the-mill oil and gas company. He's not the MD. Yet you just work there. I thought, when I opened his LinkedIn, I just thought, what rubbish is this?
They're so
It's so
ruining
and it's
it.
so funny because all the guys are like the way we've met and like the things, they're so like low level. And like,
agreed.
They just move. The banter is just there.
Yeah.
It's just there from the jump. And there was no it's just quick and it's easy.
Agreed.
And we just sort
It's
of
easy.
keep it moving. It's very easy and we don't have to play. Or also, there's nothing I hate more than in this 2025, you trying to like run game or play like a game. Please, I need you.
I'm blocked.
I'm
to
just
be
not
so
interested.
for real.
I'm not interested
We're
in
not
games.
doing
No, like
this-
genuinely.
Yeah.
blocked.
We're actually not.
No.
There is no game
Yeah,
that we're playing here. You need to be serious.
Yeah.
And I can't.
I think
stomach
because
any
like
of
I think a
it.
lot of people just don't communicate anymore, so they don't know that things are gone. So
Yeah.
for some people, there's this idea that if they're running game, she's going back to her girls and like deciphering. It's too embarrassing now to be saying, "What do you think he means?" That's like now, like that stuff is no longer
What
like
did someone say? It's not a
exciting.
group project.
At all.
No, I'm not actually
At all.
sending you what he sent me to say.
Yeah, what does
Or what
this
should
What do you
we
think this
reply?
means?
Actually, if I don't know the reply, then we can't
It's
make
cooked.
it. But that's interesting because obviously you're on Instagram, you're really popular. What is your experience of like the different types of men that approach you? Because that always really fascinates me.
When people
Especially
are public, right?
When people are public,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just, I feel like public is the worst thing you could do for your dating life. Honestly. Because a lot of people then, men love to do this thing where they put a personality on you.
Yeah.
Or I had this one guy that had limerence that was hell. Because then we eventually did date. But it's like I was competing with an idolized version of myself.
Right.
And it's like, I'm not. And he was very like romantic about life, which is not a bad thing. But he was romantic in the sense of like, it's almost like he was following a script.
Yeah.
And then I was going off script. And in his head, he's thinking, why is she going off script? They're supposed to be bruh, it was actually hell. I just thought, this is not fun. This is just not fun. And I should have known better anyway. Because that thing is very true. Don't date someone that's liked you for a really long time and you've just kind of warmed to the idea of it.
Yeah.
Because you're always going to be
An ideal.
like, but yeah, all manner of men, honestly, all manner. But I'm someone that doesn't really date very much.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not really into the riff and raff, you know. I'm just not really into it. And also, I just have a great family. I have great friends.
Yeah.
I have a really good life. What is concerning me with running around with someone's son? Like, I just like the idea of.
You don't
like,
feel like you're missing out on much?
No, like I love.
Yeah.
I'm such like a romantic person, but I'm also that kind of person that's like, what is for me will never miss me. It never has. So if you're the guy for me, it's not going to miss. And I also don't, like, I'm not really into the whole, okay, let me do this one in the meantime when I'm waiting for that.
Yeah,
you know,
like, let me just while away time
I like
over
being
here.
bored. I like peace. People like to confuse boredom for peace. No, you're at peace. This is what you wanted. There's nothing wrong with being, you know.
You don't actually need drama.
You don't need the drama. And I love, work keeps me very busy. Have a very active social life. So I never feel like, oh my God, like
if only.
I want a boy. I've never said, oh, boyfriend. I also feel like a lot of my life I would, because of the way I date, if I really enjoy your company and we're like having a good time and you're like, oh, you know, we should probably be serious. I'm like, you know what? That actually sounds like a good idea. But I think the shift from dating to relationships is a shift. Like it does require a lot of work. And I used to be quite selfish. I wouldn't say I am anymore, but I used to be quite selfish. So when I make the shift from like dating someone to relationships, it's like I don't make the shift. And then they're like, hey, you know,
What's going on?
what's like you're with your friends again or like you're doing. So that was like something I needed to learn. But because of that, the older I got, the more I had to be intentional about relationships and not just getting into a relationship because the other person was ready and being honest about, yes, you like this person. Yes, you like spending time with them. But does that mean that you need to be in a relationship with them?
Oh, I saw that. Someone was saying that it took her 40 years to realize just because like someone likes you and you find them interesting or someone just is appreciative of you doesn't mean you have to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Like it's okay to let it go. Like as a woman as well, you know, there's this thing of like, oh, there's a scarcity of nice men. So
if he's really nice to you.
He's nice to you just quickly.
Like you should just jump into it because he's really nice.
I think you need
you.
like, I'm that person that's like, oh, I need the butterflies and the
Personally,
fireworks.
I know that, you know, now we're all about the slow burn. And I also tell people that fireworks all the time, but I'm sorry, the obvious spark has to be there. This thing where we'll just kind of grind into, please. I don't.
Like, I love it.
And also for me, it's very quick.
Yeah.
Before,
I know if I like you.
No, I know.
Yeah, I know if I like you.
It's there.
But also I like, and I think this confuses people. I love lips and I love to flirt. That does not mean I want to date you.
Yeah, this is my largest current issue in life.
I like a little flirt. Who doesn't like a little
It's
flirt?
fun,
It's
honestly.
fun.
So the difference between me and you is I will go on the date.
Oh,
like,
I won't be going on the date.
It doesn't mean anything.
See, but I think that's confusing because...
No, it is.
It is confusing because like, okay, if you're on the date, then should we go on another date? And then no, I don't want to date. But I will flirt with you. But that really bothers people. And that's really...
no, for good reason.
Yeah, really, but they're like,
for good reason.
What did this guy say? He was like, I'm not a kissing booth. I was like, well,
that's a shame.
It's a shame.
That's
but it's been fun.
a shame.
This has been so fun, but it's not going any further than this. Thank you. So would you rather I just sit and waste your time? I think I'm too honest for a lot of people, for a lot of guys. Because I think guys are very used to
women wanting romance and love and
going
relationship,
with the flow, entertaining things that they know is not really going to go anywhere. But it's like, what's the harm? I hate that. What's the harm? The harm is I'm wasting my time.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of harm.
There's a lot. Come on, guys. I could be at
involved.
home watching
involved.
I could be watching Grey's Anatomy right now, but I'm here.
No, but fair enough,
you.
honestly, because a lot of times I've gotten myself in trouble because I'm like, oh, this was just the conversation we were having. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Man.
About more than this.
I wish we could gossip more, but we gotta go.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Yeah, because I was even going to ask about where actually I should ask this before.
What?
On the other side, women and like trying to be friends because a lot of my public friends, this is like another side of their life. I find it so fascinating.
Do you know what people really don't like is I'm very resistant to beggy behavior. Some people love it. Like some people don't mind that. Oh my God, yeah. But I
like
really...
a fan, yeah.
Yeah,
no, fan is even fine.
No, what I mean is that you're not. You're acting like you're looking for friendship,
to be your
but
friend,
it's not
like,
friendship.
Because
like
they've decided this is who you're.
Like real beggy behavior. Really. No, and someone's like, oh my God, but it's like, but we don't know each other, and the thing about London is it's small. So if you're shit talking me, I'm gonna find out.
Yeah.
So then when you'll go, oh, you know, she just loves to keep her circle small. Why would that ever be a bad thing? Oh, like she's just really resistant to making new. And I've actually had seasons where I have been open to like making new friends, but it's not by force. And I'm actually and I think
you are friendly though.
I am so friendly, but that does not mean that we are friends. It just means that I'm very friendly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm friendly. I like conversation. I like to talk to people. Some of my friends are way friendlier than I am. I actually think in the scale of being friendly, I probably lean towards the end of it, but I'm not the friendliest, but I'm not very standoffish. I'm a cool person to be around. But I have my friends. But there's people that I've become friends with more recently or become closer with. But it's just natural and normal.
Yeah, like it doesn't happen by angling.
But I do think a lot of people are very like, they really care about strategic positioning.
Yeah.
And because my friends and I aren't really like that, I probably have more friends who are offline than I do who are online. But I think when people see me and my online friends, in more recent times, people will be like, oh, like they want to come and hang with us.
It's the optics of it.
Why would you come and hang with us? We're not friends.
I don't know, it's different. It's
so interesting. I'm sure you guys get that because you guys speak so much about like, do you know what it is? Which I'm very compassionate for. I think a lot of people don't have community.
Yeah.
So you guys speak a lot about community. And obviously my friends and I are very big on community. And I think it's just people want to be a part of something, which I completely understand, but it's a tough one.
The problem is you can't force things to be what they are not. And there is a very weird thing about people like angling friendships or just trying to optically be part of something. I find it so... I don't understand the level of irritation I get when I see these things playing out is so high. And I'm always just like, everyone needs to just relax.
But it's like, this isn't a content opportunity, but like come and hang around with us is not I see all the time with people, we might just be in like the function and here you are with your camera. I don't know you, and I really, really, really hate people having like their cameras in I can see people from across the room. You can be next to me. I would never just come up to a stranger with my camera in your face. I think it's so rude. Obviously, if you're on like an environment, okay, if you know my friend and you're videoing them, that's one thing. And you know, if I'm in it and we're all like in it, cool. But people literally post videos of like me and my friends vibing. But why have you posted this? It's so interesting. I'm just like,
it's very interesting to kind of observe, but I think it's a function of like the time we are in, where everything is parasocial. And so everyone is watching people's lives happen. And there's this parasocial thing where the line between I do not know this person and like I see them all the time or I really enjoy their content, in people's minds, it's blurring.
I don't think it's that. I think there's also like thinking that you want to be part of something that being part of like an influencer's life makes you look cool.
Yeah.
Or makes it more meaningful. So you are already at a place where you could have fun. But if you're able to be closer to that person, then
like
it
if you
makes
have
it more
the
fun,
picture,
it makes it cooler.
then it says something about
who you are.
That this
as
is who you're
opposed to just
hanging
having
out
fun.
with.
But I also realized I had to take a step, and I don't know if people would have noticed, I had to take a step back from posting the social element of my life and focusing more on the makeup online, because I'm friends with a few people that have done reality.
Yeah.
And I think for their fans, I'm a character in that person's life.
Right.
So they're very invested in like but it's like, this is my life.
Yeah.
And then these are people that are in my life.
Yeah.
But to you, it's just like, and people really do get carried away with narratives that they make about people that they've seen on TV or that they've been attached to because they've seen them in certain, which I'm like,
Fair enough, but still.
Yeah,
but-
because you've seen them in a context, and so you
Yeah, so you-
extrapolate all these things.
and then you take that very highly edited context and you take it into real life, and then everyone in their life now becomes players in like this
Game.
Yeah.
game.
yeah,
But it's like, my life is not a game. And like, I really, really rarely post now when I go out or like when I'm out and about, because there's this thing that they do where they will just take content from everyone's
Yeah.
stories and then
Make
just
a
be
story.
posting it on there.
Mm.
And then what was it? There was like a rumor at a time about me and this guy. And I think we were at an event together and he was in the background.
Yeah.
And they cropped my story. So it was only, they cropped the person I was actually taking the picture with. And
Yeah.
then it was like me and him in the background. They were like, see, they are dating. And I just thought, I think that was the
That was the
last straw
time,
for me. I
yeah.
thought, yeah, this is enough, guys. Like, because I'm not the person that's going to come out and do like a whole, I think I had to make a story about it because it was getting very strange. But I get it from a few angles because I'm friends with like a few of the boys, a few of the guys, but people really are very connected to the boys.
yeah.
They're very invested in like what the boys are doing. They love the girls, but they're very invested in what the boys are doing, and then by a byproduct.
Yeah,
You
as a
guys.
result, if you're
now
like
I'm in this,
around
but I
that.
never went on reality.
That's
so
a shame though, because now you can't really post like other parts of your life.
It's a
But
shame.
nobody will-
We focus on the
nobody will
makeup.
die. Yeah.
We focus on them. We're having fun with the makeup. We're
Yeah.
yapping. We're doing makeup stuff. But yeah. I mean, you guys don't really post anything personal.
I do, but not too personal. Like it's personal enough that it's a general thing. Like,
Like
if somebody
funsies.
comes talk to me about it, I don't mind.
Yeah, exactly. Things that I don't mind talking about.
Yeah, I just think it's very interesting. I'm just like, there's some things that are just, honestly, a lot of times I look at things and I want to say to the person who I don't know from anywhere, this is not for public consumption.
Mm.
Like, honestly, you need to get a group chat. You need to put
A
this there.
lot of things I'm like,
You need to invest in your close friends
Yeah.
circle.
Yeah.
You need
Yeah.
to invest in
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Post it. I
In
was
the-
like,
yeah.
you can do a close friend feed post. I promise you that's what you need. What you need is to put this in your
But
close
I feel
friends.
bad for some people because I do feel like some people have unnecessary high scrutiny online.
Yeah.
And I
But
feel bad for
it's this
them.
thing of like being so invested in somebody else's life from
Let's
afar.
reduce it, guys.
It's a lot.
Let's
It's a
just-
lot. Like sometimes I see some comments and I'm like, oh my God, this person is just going about their own. It's you that has put 3 and 3 together
to get
to
7.
make, and I'm just like, try leaving them alone. It's so, but then, on the other hand, they're it's not always malicious. Sometimes people are just interested, and there's just a way that it becomes weird. It becomes a bit weird because I'm like, you're putting so much on this person who is just has opened their life, especially, and it's a lot for people whose lives are very open. They're vlogging, so like you're in it a little bit, and I guess
But
that's
it's
the
still
price.
a snippet. It's still a snippet.
That's the price of that. I don't know.
That'd be my advice to people though coming in, is
To like content and things.
be just very aware of what you're posting. And because I think when you start something, it's hard to take it back.
Yeah.
So if you want to do lifestyle content and you want to make your content about your life, just know that people are
Segment
going
it,
to be
though.
very nosy.
Yeah.
Very
Segment it.
committed. Yeah.
Because
Decide
also,
what's out
whatever
of
you put
bounds.
Yeah.
out there, it's like you've put it here for us. And so we're
Then
going
people become
to...
very entitled.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it really.
Lovely. Interesting.
Where can people find you, Uche?
Oh, you can find me everywhere except Snapchat. So YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, the Clack app. Oh, and the Big Red, even though I barely really post on there. But we're doing a comeback.
Please do. I love your
Every day
YouTube.
they're asking. And it's so crazy because YouTube is probably like the most time consuming
Yeah,
of
100%.
all of them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know what to post on there now. I'm like, what do people even post on?
Has it changed like completely
I
from
don't even
before?
watch it anymore.
Fair enough. I actually
Yeah, I
don't. I
don't
remember I
watch
used to spend so much time on YouTube.
That used to be my TV.
Oh my God, I spent
blogs.
so much time on YouTube. I knew all the YouTube girls. And now I just...
Do people even blog anymore?
They do.
They do?
But it's different. They
Makeup
do.
videos?
No, not as much. Not anymore.
Oh,
Not as
see,
much
that's
anymore.
the vlogging thing. It's like, then I have to show my life.
Yeah.
Fair.
Tough one.
But find Uche everywhere. Thank you so much
Please
for
do.
coming.
Thank you
This
so
was so much
This
fun.
was a lot of fun.
Cheers to the bounce.
Cheers. We've been trying to do this for a long time. I'm very pleased. Very pleased.
Yay.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you for
Lovely.
coming. You guys know what to do. Like and share and
Follow,
subscribe. Do all the things.
Someone was saying that we should be more passionate about like encouraging people to
Sure.
Just do it.
and I'm like, I